Dr. Matthew Lani. Like, where does one get the... In fact, this Matthew kid does have a degree, clearly, in Audacity. Because, Mike, no, guys, how do you wake up and decide you're going to fake being a doctor? Like, where do you start if you're going to fake being a doctor? Apparently, you start a discount because the stethoscope is 80 Rand.
Hey guys, Dr. Matthew here. So you guys take me on this video and you guys wanted to know what condition that is. So that right there is shingles. So shingles is the reactivation of the chickenpox virus. So for anybody who has had chickenpox before, you can develop shingles. We still don't know what reactivates the virus, but think you having a low immune system or a compromised immune system does play a role. So symptoms of shingles are rash. So you will have a strip of blisters like that gentleman on your torso. Remember that when the shingles go, you can still have pain on the area where the shingle was. So that is called post-herpetic neuralgia. And then in we can give you antiviral medication such as acyclovir, and then also some painkillers because it is extremely painful, and you can also get on shingles vaccine.
One question, Dogotel. One answer. What's your profession?
I'm a medical doctor.
What did you study?
Do you want to know what the name?
No, lobubuza my question. So ngibone ngathi akakuphenduli like that. Yabona like uyakuphendula but bekai round.
Are you a GP?
Okay, so I'm basically a general practitioner. So I'm still working under government. So we do different types of rotation.
Who study in?
But like, guys, what do you mean? Like, just
a quick one. Okay, there's another question here. It says the scrubs that had another doctor's name. Apparently you were wearing scrubs, but they had somebody else's name. So they just want to know as well.
So first of all, scrubs is not mandatory attire. I can wear anybody's scrub. The scrubs that I was wearing in our pharmaceutical company, we wear scrubs, right? Because I mean, that's the uniform of ours. So it's a thing. So I just woke up in the morning, I took those scrubs and then I went to work. Simple as that.
Am I not confusing my patients?
That is why you have a name tag or you have a security pass there. Because even your scrubs, you can write your nickname on your scrubs. You can write debongs. You can write sweet what. Like, it's just scrubs. Like, scrubs. Like.
All right. Another one, lastly, before you go, they're speaking about a name tag. I believe they saw a name tag. I believe it had somebody else's name, which you were showing off. So they wanted to understand, is that your name actually, or maybe you were just making an example with somebody else's name tag?
Exactly that.
But that gives Zimbabwe, sorry guys, but it gives a red flag. Why would you make an example? If I'm a professional doctor, I'm using Piwa's name tag, Piwa's scrubs, you know, it doesn't add up, dog. But yeah,
okay. So I would understand if I was at work with
Mamela, lento ifana nokuthi ngithathe uniform ka Captain Makubela ngihambe ngiyenza roadblock ngayo.
Yes, you understand. It doesn't add that. That's what I'm saying. It's giving Zimbabwe a bit, but I do understand that. Thank you for your time, Doc. I believe it's one.
Let me answer that before I leave. I think people need to understand something, right? Is that what I do on TikTok does not, so we have social media ethics, right? So there is how we have to conduct ourselves on social media, right? Now, it is not allowed by guideline for you to go to work with somebody else's name tag. That's not allowed. You understand? But that is ethics that apply at work. not on social media. We understand. So I can see, oh, okay, this one has a nice scrub, a designer scrub, but it has a name. I can wear that person's scrub and then come on TikTok and do my video. You understand? The scrubs is not to say that that is your uniform. That is why with the Dr. Twabe saga, even Sapra said, we don't regulate what you wear. What you wear, it's up to you. Whether you want to wear your friends' scrubs, that's up to you. And people feel, non-medical individuals feel as though we don't do it as healthcare workers. We don't do it amongst ourselves. We literally do it all the time.
Dr. Matthew, I have a few more questions now because I want to believe you. But I have 5 questions that I need you to answer for me. Ne?
Lani is not my legal surname. That is my social media handles. It's not my legal surname. I don't use the Lani surname.
But Chomi, on your company, ne, where you sell Amapilis, here it's Matthew, it's written Lani as your surname, and that's your ID number, and those are your names. So what do you mean that that's not your real surname? Also, Chomi, wait. This all started when you were reported to the HPSA and they couldn't find your name and your surname on the database. That's when you came back. But still, how does the database where your name and surname is supposed to be as a doctor, how do they not have your surname? And then you're claiming that it's not on your ID, but then you registered your company, the same company that you sell your pills with that very same name that you claim is not yours. I mean, don't you need your full ID to register a company under your name? Are you lying or is the company lying? Show me what's happening.
16 years old. I graduated when I was 21 and became a working doctor at the age of 22.
Also, Chomi, back to your ID, your date of birth, your year. Is this also fake? Is this also a year that you don't use on your ID? The same ID that you need to register your company? Chomi, your story is not adding up. It's not.
When I was 7, I skipped grade 4 and grade 8, and then I went to medical.
Kanti, did you skip 2 grades or 3 grades? I could have sworn you skipped 3 grades, not 2.
So, firstly, I don't have a matric certificate. I have a high school diploma because I got a scholarship to study through the Cambridge International Schools. So I actually have a high school diploma from Cambridge University. But to answer your question, I skipped 3 grades during my schooling years. So I skipped grade 4, grade 6, and grade 8. And then I finished.
But Chomi, also, isn't grade 4 a transitional grade? Like, those are new subjects, so they can't make you skip that grade. Also, grade 6. Grade 6 is a grade where it's a very important grade. Like, don't you end a phase or go into a new phase and then there's different subjects? You also skip that. Also, you need to make sense. Did you skip 2 grades or 3 grades? Because I'm sure someone who's such a genius wouldn't be confused with all of this information. Also, you don't have a matric, you studied overseas, or you have one. You are on live just the other day saying that your mother paid your university fees, but then now you are here saying that you got a bursary. Chomi, you are confusing us because you're on live just the other day saying that your mother paid for your fees are not paid by NSFAS, your mother paid for your fees at Wits University. Also, friends, talking about Wits University. Wits University said they don't know you. Wits said they don't know you, friend. So basically, you don't have a matric. You're saying that you studied overseas. You're saying that you skipped 2 grades, and then you say that you skipped 3 grades, which are fundamental grades that you normally wouldn't skip. Then you say that you had a bursary to go study overseas, and then also you're on a live rant saying that your mother paid for your university fees and she was a domestic worker. I remember you are on TV telling Relebogele that your mother paid your university fees. The same university that's saying they don't know you, and then the age that you're giving us does not match the age that you registered your pills or your tablets with. And then there, to register a company, you need your ID, and then there they used legal names and surnames, which does not register on the HPCSA. And then Chomi.
All rise in court.
Dr. Matthew, state your case.
Darling, I'm a doctor.
Where did you study medicine?
I graduated from Wits Medical School.
Wits University. Can you confirm that?
Vitz said Dr. Matthew never studied at their university.
The court now calls witnesses to come and testify.
Fake doctor, the bravery.
lama emacareer man adzinga vela kufeyikwa kuthi mina kufundzele Lani for wona.
Guys, where does he get the stethoscope from? Where does he get the scrub?
This is your sign to be grateful for wherever you are in life. What you're seeing on social media, guys.
Classmate is a Dr. Matthew thing.
When you have the privilege to just choose to be a doctor.
Forgive him. Who has a degree?
Dr. Matthew, and where did you complete your matric?
I don't have a matric certificate. I have a high school diploma, the Cambridge International Schools. I skipped grade 4, grade 6, and grade 8.
Let us hear from more witnesses.
Your Honor, Bisla, he was playing.
Yes, but you Teta kakhulu, bro.
Asatlhalusa ante fela degree ya gagwe.
Yabona indlela enreacta ngayo kulento yakhe. Ethi benimcuphile.
Ngizwela buhlungu manje ngoba niphuze ama-stomach what. Niphuze ama-inathengiswayo Nkosi yami.
The person say wena nguye uvule icase kanjwa unye.
The Department of Health has opened a case against Matthew.
The court finds Dr. Matthew guilty of pretending to be a doctor. If he wishes to appeal, he can do so by bringing forward the necessary proof.
Hi, I've got an appointment.
Okay, with who?
I think his name is Dr. Matthew Lani. He didn't give me a prescription.
Dr. Matthew Lani? There's no one here by that name, Lani.
But he said he works here. I saw him at the taxi rank and he gave me these pills.
Wabatata nawe? Hey, yane, let me see. Wait, I'm a smarties, Moslawa.
Really? I was wondering why they tasted so sweet. He also gave me his own medicine that he created. He calls it grandparents. He said it's 2 times stronger than grandpa because it also has grandma in it.
Hi, maybe Mdanabanti's name is just doctor, like Dr. Kumar, yabo. And you are the one who thought he was a real doctor.
Ah, man, there's a lot of fake doctors. Wait, are you even a real nurse?
Fly-by-night doctor wako. Next.
Look, I know that faking being a doctor is wrong. It's unethical. It's illegal. You could potentially harm people. But he really said Delulu is the Sululu. He said be Delulu until it becomes Trululu. He bought himself scrubs and he embroidered them. He didn't just have the stethoscope. Could you imagine how far you would get if you had that level of Delulu, if you were that confident with the qualifications and skills that you have? Obviously nothing illegal or unethical, but just being that level of confident. The friends and the family didn't say anything. Being that level of Delulu with that kind of support structure, you'd go far, you'd go places. I'm not condoning anything that he's done, but I'm just saying that some people do not believe in themselves enough. Be Delulu.
Away, Dr. Matthew. This is Chef Dylan Oliphant coming to tell you, brah, don't listen to the haters. They're gonna try and discredit you, try and tell you you're not a doctor, brah. But you are a doctor, just like Dr. Kumalo, just like Dr. Malinga, just like Dr. Dre. You are a doctor from the bottom of your heart, bruh. Don't let them say they're gonna try and discredit you, try and say you don't know the difference between eczema and racism, when we know both of them are skin problems. And you know this because you are a doctor, bruh. You've been a doctor all your life, just like I've been a chef since I was 4 years old. Since creche, I got my qualifications at the age of 8. And they're gonna hate, but you know what they say? 8 is in the word hate. Let them hate, bruh. But for me, just let me cook.
Dylan, hou op met die
I took care of you when your mother left you, and you have the audacity to call the police on me and want me arrested. So this is your punishment and this is your reminder.
Ooh, sorry, I'm in such shock. So his reason is, I was doing this to punish you, meaning it was deliberate. What was your response?
Like, I told him, but then you beat me, you know? I told him, like, why I left you. You know, he did not want to listen. He did not want to listen. And he packed my bags, and it was raining. And he packed my bags, and he said, I want you out of my house.
Again.
And he said, I want you out of my house, and this is for good. And if you don't leave, I'm going to have you arrested. And I did not want to leave because I said, where am I going to leave? And he pushed me out of his house and with my belongings on the street. And that night, I literally slept at the park down the road. There was this table, and I put my things under there, and I cried the whole entire time. And
it's okay.
So, like, I was there and it was raining, and I just did not know who to call. I did not know, like, why me? I never did anything to this person. I never cheated on him. Like, why? Why? You know, and I had nobody that was there for me. I did not have friends. I did not want to tell my friends what was going on. So, okay, the next day I had to go to school. So I left and then I went to school. I did, you know, my friends were asking me like, what, your bags? And I came up with some excuse. Thank you. So I came up with like just some excuse as to, you know, why my bags, you know, coming to school with my bags, but I did not tell them. And I started, you know, sleeping in the street, and there was not far from home,